Hello everyone, my name is Rajiv and welcome to Java Video Tutorial Part 3. In this video, we will learn the basic of programming language. That means we will take a look at what is a programming language, what is a compiler, and then what are variables. If you are familiar with these topics, then you can skip this video. Otherwise, you should watch this video. Now, before discussing what is a programming language, I want to ask you a simple question. What is a language? And why do we use language? I hope you know the answer of this question. But for better understanding, what is a programming language? You must know the answer of this question. We use language to communicate with each other. With each other, I mean humans, right? We can't communicate with animals with the help of our language. And same, we can't communicate with the computer with our language. Now, a question may arise. Why would we want to communicate with computers? Hmm? The answer to this question is just to tell the computer to do some work. Uh, Actually, we give some instructions to the computer and it follows the instructions we gave. Now, in order to communicate or to give instructions to the computer, we have to learn the language of the computer world. And we have plenty of them, like C, C++, C Sharp, and many more. You can't say, my mistake, you can't say the language of the computer world is known as programming language. But there is one more thing I want to let you know, that computer doesn't understand these languages. Hey, what the hell? I told you to communicate with computer we have to learn the programming language. That is the computer world's language. And now I'm saying that computer doesn't understand the programming language. Now, you'll ask me, hey Rajiv, are you out of your mind? Uh, Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not saying that the programming language does not have any relation with the computer. You still have to learn the programming language to communicate with computer, but you can't do this directly by learning any programming language. Any programming language you will learn is possibly um, is easily convertible to the machine language or the binary language that is understood by computer. Machine language is not easy for us to understand. That's why we learn a language near or gets easily converted to machine language. Now, you know what is a programming language? It's time to know about what is a compiler. A compiler is a software or a program which converts your instructions written in a particular programming language into the machine language or the binary language. Now, I give you a simple example for all the things I discussed with you right now. The best example for this is let's take example like you are familiar with your locality. I mean, by locality, I mean where you live and you know all the things about your surroundings. Suppose I want to come at your place. I called you and I told you that, hey man, I want to come at your place. So how can I come? And Actually, on phone we are just communicating with each other, right? So this is the example I'm going to tell you is the example of the instructions that based on the instruction we give to the computer and how the computer follows the instructions, right? So this would be the example of the instructions only, and I will give you the one more example of the compiler also, but first we'll look at this example only. So I called you and I said you that hey man, I want to come at your place. So you know everything, each and everything about your surroundings. So you told me that hey, come at this place, and after reaching this place, call me. And I followed the instruction. In this case, I am the computer and you are a programmer. You are just giving me the instructions, and as I am a computer and my work is to follow the instruction, so you gave me instruction to come at that particular point, and I followed that. So after reaching there, I called you and I told you, hey man, I'm at that place you told me to be. So okay, so you said now go straight from here. You gave me an instruction of going straight, and I followed it. Okay, so and you told me that go around 100 meters straight, and then that shop will arrive, or you will see that particular point, and from that you have to take a left, and you're just giving me the instructions, and I'm following these instructions, right? Okay, so after if you give me the instructions and I follow the instructions properly, the output will be the desired result we want, right? If you give me the instructions right, correct, and I followed the instructions properly, so I'll reach your place, right? So that means if you give the instructions to the computer that is okay and it's correct, then the output generated by the computer will also be correct, right? So this is a simple example for the instruction and how the computer follows it. And one more example I would like to give you about the same. Suppose if you if you gave me if you gave me a wrong instruction that I had to go left, but you said me go right, then what would happen? We'll not get the desired result. That means I will not reach your place, right? So you have to keep these things, that the instruction you are giving should be meaningful, and the instruction, after giving the instruction, and computer will follow it whether it's right or wrong. He don't know anything. Okay, so while giving the instructions or logics, you have to check your instructions. Okay, so this is the basic example of just giving the instruction to the computer and how the computer follows the instructions. Now, second example is about the compiler. Now, you, as I told you, the programming language is the language of the computer world. Okay, so you as a programmer, you will learn the programming language, and um, suppose I am a computer and I know my language, that is machine language, and you are a programmer and you know your language, that is your programming language. Now we can make it more simple. Suppose uh, I am a Japanese. I know only Japanese language, and you you are an American and you know English. So if you want to communicate with me, you can't, because I know only Japanese and you know only English. So we can't communicate with each other, right? So in this case, remember, in this case you are the programmer. That means you know the programming language, and I'm the computer. That means I know the machine language, that is binary language. Okay, so we can't communicate with each other. Now, what if you want to give some instructions to me? You can't do this because I don't know your language. You will say, but I will not understand. So, what we should do, we can do one thing. We can call an intermediator which will convert your language into mine and my language into yours, right? That intermediator or the converter can be called as the compiler. Okay, now you got what is a compiler. Compiler converts the programming language code into the machine language code. Simple. And you can also say the code written in programming language can also be said as the source code. And after converting the source code into the machine language, you can say the source code has been converted into the machine code. Okay, so I think that the compiler and the programming language topics has been clear to you, and I hope you like this video. And one more thing, we'll discuss the variables in our next video. That would be the part 3 B part. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys.